Well, after several meetings with NYCHA Capital Projects on the design, construction, and materials, we finally come to an agreement on some new mailboxes and entrance doors for LaGuardia residents, and have signed off on that agreement early this morning. And I'm thankful and indeed pleased that this part of the process is over. It's been a long, drawn-out process, and it's indeed needed and necessary to ensure the best quality and material safety during construction and when and where our residents can pick up their mail during that construction. For that, I'm very grateful and thankful to John Blasco, of the Deputy Chief Director for Congressman Dan Goldman, who's been very instrumental in averting the return of mail when threats by the post office were made to do so. And why did they threaten to return the mail? Because they got tired of waiting for NYCHA to fix the mailbox after holding the mail for our residents for an entire 2 months with promises to repair it from NYCHA. It's no secret that NYCHA often has to be forced into action, even when knowing of a condition that needs immediate attention. I can't emphasize that enough, that it's not enough to simply make them aware. They know the conditions these tenants are living underneath. All of the city does, including the politicians within it. And for those reasons, when a politician aids and assists my community, I'm shouting them out and making it known who supports us and who does not. And their office will be meeting with our board and postal officials prior to the construction to ensure that our residents are able to retrieve their mail without interference in light of the ongoing construction. And now that we have a signed agreement, they can now move forward. But don't look for it next week or next month, because one of the hardest things to explain to a tenant is the process, even after an agreement has been made, for they too have to sign off with the project manager who will be actually doing the construction and do so within the budget that's been provided for. I sometimes wonder if it would help maintain the stability and safety of mailboxes and doors if people knew the cost to replace just one of them, because a single entrance door can cost as much as $250,000 to replace. And when you look at the vandalism and how often these doors are broken, when they are fixed in the place the damage occurred, not replaced. And this would be why. Because who's going to replace a door at $250,000 a pop, knowing full well that within 2 weeks it could be broke or damaged again? But my question is to NYCHA, why aren't you doing all in your power to safeguard your own property? Who does that? Allows habitual vandalism against their property without doing anything to prevent against further vandalism. If you owned a private home, how many times would you allow it to be broken down or broken into before you took measures to ensure it never happened again? Particularly if you have to come out your pocket in order to replace it. Where they do that at? In NYCHA. It ain't like they ain't got cameras above the entrance doors. They do, right in the lobby. So how is it habitual vandalism of mailboxes and doors continues unabated? These are the reasons I habitually say to people that NYCHA has abandoned its properties. Because when you look at their response to things, it's indicative of somebody who has abandoned it, whose eyes are focused on its privatization instead. NYCHA is currently undergoing privatization under a program entitled Rad Pack. And under this program, private developers come in and make renovations needed and receive government subsidies for doing so. NYCHA has claimed it's broke, unable to make the needed repairs themselves. So they're chucking off these developments one by one into the hands of private developers who promise to make all things new. So why would they spend what's needed to do a proper repair and a thorough repair when the vultures are gathering and gathering around to see what property they can take off the hands of NYCHA. Oh, it's big business, and not in this city alone. Because nationwide, condominiums and luxury apartments are going up faster than you can count them, totally eliminating what used to be called affordable housing. So you have a homeless explosion across the United States, while people with apartments are hanging on to them for dear life, trying not to be the next homeless family out on the streets. So if the opportunity arises to obtain a new boiler or a new elevator or doors or new mailboxes, fight like hell, because not even that are they trying to give you, even after money has been provided in order to do it.